Tonight, there are still lots of questions left to be answered while the DEC and the EPA continue to test for radioactive contamination at homes in Niagara County. Good evening. I'm Courtney Courtwright in for Scott and Mary Alice. Tonight, those agencies holding another meeting at Calvin Richards Senior Youth Center where people who live in the area could come and try to find some answers. Many of them getting letters in the mail about radiological assessments on their own properties. Research teams have visited more than 1,000 properties for screening work. Many people are frustrated and scared as they wait to find out if their homes are safe, but those answers are likely still far away.
This has been going on for many years in this area, so there's no quick solution to this, and we're dealing with science here. So as we all know, science is a process, so we're in the process of gathering information now, and at the same time while we continue to gather, we're also analyzing that data. So all of that is happening simultaneously.
I wish they all knew right away, you know what I'm saying? Get it done tomorrow, it's my thing, but the sooner the better, so we know what we're dealing with. But it is what it is. Like it says, you have to deal with, it takes time to process everything and check everything out, and people got to be cooperative, and that's what I'm trying to be.
The DEC will have another meeting at the Calvin Richards Activity Center in Niagara Falls next Monday from 3 in the afternoon until 7 at night. But the DEC isn't only focused on testing properties in Niagara County. 2 on Your Side's Nate Benson has an update for us tonight on where the agency will start actually a new round of testing. That's right, Nate?
Yeah, that's right, Courtney. The DEC is now shifting its focus and will begin testing properties on Grand Island, including Veterans Park. The DEC and EPA met with the Grand Island Town Board on Monday night and sought permission to test a very popular park.
One of the locations that was identified with our aerial survey is Veterans Park here on Grand Island.
However, the agencies did not provide any mapping of where they think the radioactive material may be or any readings, just broad strokes.
There isn't a physical feature or anything there that we're looking to specifically take a look at. And just work around that point and do enough of a survey by hand to get a better understanding of if there is anything there.
Similar to the aerial survey results in Niagara County.
That's a degree of detail that has a 500-600 foot diameter to it. Basically, we saw one point on a map in Veterans Park. It doesn't indicate that there's a problem. It doesn't indicate that there's something along the lines of some of the concerns we've been addressing elsewhere. It's simply a location of interest that we'd like to access.
For Town Supervisor Peter Marston, he's on board with the agencies testing the popular park.
Please feel free, right? I've actually asked the board for permission on all town properties in case these things evolve, and so we're not waiting 2 weeks in between to get to the next meeting, so I could just be authorized to say, you know what, go inspect. Let's just make sure we're in the clear. Supervisor
Marston says that similar to Niagara County, slag used as fill with potential thorium contamination is part of the focus for the DEC's investigation.
The only thing I'm worried about is the park's very active this time of year. We do Little League and all kinds of sports, tournaments and all that stuff there. I just didn't want a conflict with people walking around there with Geiger counters when we were trying to run a baseball match. So we want to make sure that they're there when they're not. You know what I mean? So that was the biggest thing.
In that vein, like you said, it's a very busy park, multiple baseball diamonds. Has the DEC indicated anything like that should possibly get moved just as a precaution?
So we've heard nothing like that yet. There is no absolutely this is a problem. This is just let us have a second look.
But is Veterans Park the only area of concern? I tried to ask officials from the EPA and DEC about that. They said they couldn't answer any questions at this time. They wouldn't even tell me if there were other properties they wanted to test on the island. DEC was specifically asking you for permission to go on municipally owned properties, correct. But have they provided any information regarding how many privately owned properties might be on their watch list as well?
I've only been told around 15 to 20. That's what I've been told, but I've never seen the list, or had a published list or anything like that. They were working on permissions from private landowners. I was told at that meeting 2 weeks ago that there was between 15 and 20.
But where are those properties? The DEC isn't saying at this time. The town board approved the testing, and the DEC said it would take several weeks for the town to get those results. On Your Side, Nate Benson, Channel 2 News.